Indeed, this week was volatile, extra VOD. We told you that's going to get volatile this week, guys, and it has already begun. Why? Well, from Bitcoin Archive, breaking: Kazakhstan's president has ordered the creation of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. This is huge. So it seems like every nation wants a reserve of Bitcoin here, right? They want to stack Bitcoin, guys, have a stockpile of it, and pump Bitcoin to the highest degree. Then lure everyone else in. But at that point it will be too late because they will collapse it, guys, right? So either you want to get in before they pump it, or you're just too late, right? And it seems like it's beginning. From Watcher Guru, Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Okay, so he's going to be buying he always buys, guys, right? So that's amazing for Bitcoin's price to go higher. Now, guess what though? When we look at the charts, we're literally at the least volatile time right now. Okay, and volatility is about to spark. Okay, I don't know in which direction because this chart doesn't say in what direction, but it kind of does at the same time. Now, from Matthew, Bitcoin monthly Bollinger Bands now at the most extreme level in its entire history. What? Guys, in its entire history, okay, since its creation, the Bollinger Bands of Bitcoin has reached its most extreme level. Okay, touch point 1, 2, over here, and where are we at now? Okay, now each time this has taken place, guys, what did Bitcoin do? From here, we pumped. From here, we pumped. Okay, from here, we pumped as well. But now it's even more extreme than the others, right? Bitcoin is hugging the top band, guys, okay, of this indicator. If this were to shoot back up, if volatility came back, right, previously it has always pumped. So I'm guessing another pump is incoming. That's why we haven't reached the top. Even if we did dump, guys, right, we still haven't reached the top because there are literally 30 top indicators. None of them even have gotten hit yet. So we have not reached the top. So it hasn't even begun yet, basically, right? The Bitcoin Weekly, there's a hidden bullish divergence, guys. Okay, now it hasn't been confirmed. I am seeing this as well, right? It hasn't been confirmed, but we just need Bitcoin's price to push higher. Now, guess what? You know what's crazy? Nothing else is crazy except my Bitcoin chart, guys. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even playing anymore. Where were we last when we talked about this chart? I think we were here. Okay, we broke through this support region. We were like right here, I think. So what has happened from till then, guys? What has happened from then to now? So basically, this support region was support and resistance, right? We held it multiple times. It broke down. It came back down to hold it as resistance right here, and then it came down. Where did it come down to? Extra VOD? Oh, where? Right? Where did it come? I'm telling you, these lines are no joke, guys. These lines are not to be played about, right? Because it literally came down. Just watch this. Look at this. Look at this. It literally touched the support region. Right, it literally touched it, guys. Okay, this is where I said Bitcoin should hold as support because there's like a bunch of support coming in here, right? At around 106 to 107k ish area. But if Bitcoin does break that, yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. If Bitcoin breaks that, guys, it's gonna go down to like 103k. But for now, this 113k is resistance, right? So, but if we could break above though, if Bitcoin can break above that area, we're going to 119k. Now 119k will be the extreme level of resistance because there's a lot of resistance coming here, guys. Okay, not only with my lines but as well as Fibonacci. Okay, there's going to be a bunch of resistance here. So basically right now we're in no trading land, right? XRP is already pumping, by the way, but for Bitcoin, we're in no trading land because it's just right now consolidating, even though we are pumping a bit, right? But we need to break out, guys. We need to go back to this resistance line. But this will be the most resistance for Bitcoin, I think, 119k. But can Bitcoin even reach there? If we break above there, guys, it's blue skies. Okay, if Bitcoin is above 116k, right, due to this chart, the 5 daily on the USDT dominance. Look at that. We're closing in, guys. We're almost at we're back to this moving average, almost, right? Almost back there. It's at 4.32%. Okay, so we need to close below this on the 5 daily as well, and it's again blue skies ahead. But maybe there has been catalysts. Okay, there has been news coming out and about today that may push Bitcoin higher. Okay, Michael Saylor just said live on CNBC that he is confident that strategy will be added to the S&P 500. Bitcoin is a brand new concept; it will happen, right? So these narratives can lure, the average Joe into Bitcoin, right, pushing prices higher.
And I guess I wonder if you think Standard & Poor's or others, or if anybody has any sort of bias towards crypto still at this point, because the S&P 500 just came out with their decisions and they chose to go with Robinhood and App 11 over strategy. And a lot of people were kind of surprised by that. The stock actually was down a little bit. Do you think that there is a bias?
Well, Robinhood, isn't that like a stock app, guys, right? But don't they have cryptos added as well? So it literally does help cryptocurrencies in general, right? It doesn't matter if Robinhood was added to the S&P 500. Still, it's a good thing, because I'm pretty sure crypto assets are added within that app or exchange or whatnot.
At any of the indexes or any places that come through this against a company with a lot of Bitcoin in holdings?
I don't think there's a bias. I don't think we expected to be selected on our first quarter of eligibility. We figured it'll happen at some time. There's a digital transformation in the markets. This is a brand new novel concept. Every quarter, we make new believers. We get more support from banks, from politicians, from credit rating agencies, et cetera. I think that will continue for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I wonder why though. I wonder why, right? Because he literally has a flywheel going, guys, right? He literally has a Bitcoin flywheel happening as we speak, and that's how they keep having. I think they issue more shares of their stocks, and then they just buy Bitcoin with this, guys. If I'm not mistaken, or so it goes along something along those lines. But Justin, Nasdaq files with the SEC to allow tokenization and blockchain listing of stocks. What? The Nasdaq Composite has filed with the SEC to allow the tokenization and blockchain listing of stocks. Wait, so now the stock market is going to be tokenized, right? But how? And on which chain? On which blockchain? Right? To me, I think it's the XRP ledger here, right? Wait, the tokenization of stocks. Does that mean like you don't have to buy one full share, right? And now it's tokenized. The same thing that's happening with cryptos. You could buy bits and pieces of it. The announcement comes less than a week after the U.S. regulator revamped its rules and regulations for handling crypto, including potential amendments for crypto stocks. If approved, the exchange will allow customers to trade tokenized stocks with the same priority as traditional equities, continuing to provide the benefits and protections of the national market system. Wholesale exemptions from the national market system and related protections are neither necessary to achieve the goal of accommodating tokenization, nor are they in investors' best interests, Nasdaq president added. Now, from smoke, Ripple's running trials with Nasdaq. I told you, right? It had to be something happening with Ripple here, right? The XRP ledger. I mean, no other chain is compatible, really, right? It's not as efficient as the XRP ledger, guys. So let's watch this.
And this guy sells it to that guy. That's essentially what the stock exchange does. So if you can have a common ledger to be able to exchange those IOUs at, then
a common ledger, one ledger to rule them all.
That certainly makes sense. And there's examples of Korean banks partnering with local Bitcoin companies for the settlement. People like the IMF or World Bank or these kind of people are always talking about these sort of blockchain settlement systems. Nasdaq is involved in I think doing some trials with Ripple as well. So this guy sells it to that guy. That's essentially what the stock exchange does.
So we'll see what happens with that, guys. But again, exciting news, right? This week coming out and about. Financial Services GOP says Senate must pass the Clarity Act to keep the United States as a leader in digital finance. Right, so now we're starting to see more bills, talks of more bills getting passed here. Right, the Clarity Act, which we talked about before, bringing upon more clarity by the name suggests within this crypto market. The Clarity Act provides the necessary tools to establish a federal framework for digital asset market structure. It's critical the Senate passes the bill to ensure the U.S. remains the leader in digital finance, or they're going to pass it here soon, right? They just keep talking about these things, but when is it going to happen, right? And this is extremely bullish for markets, by the way, right, for the cryptocurrency market. This is why we're pumping. If you guys haven't noticed, right, all these news are coming out and about today, which is why we pumped. So let's see what happens next, guys. But there's a lot of volatility, I think, that's going to strike this week. Prepare. Don't be too bullish, but don't be too bearish, because they want your emotions to be running high. Right, anything can happen. White swan events again today. We're all white swan events. Black swan events can appear out of nowhere too. So let us just stay put and let the charts guide us and let the narratives flow, not financial advice. But it is that so face. See ya.